So, you might be building something and you might realize that the kit you're trying to transform into something, or the toy that you're trying to transform into something, has a lower voltage than 9 volt. If you have something that you want to turn into a pedal and it has a 9 volt battery or something in it, you're pretty much golden to go. You know, you can just do it. Connect one of these little jacks to where the 9 volt battery should be, put it in a box, you know, you're done. But if you have something that maybe has 5 volt or something like that, you run the risk of burning everything up when you plug 9 volt into it, because it's not made for that. Sometimes it will say something like 12 to 5 volt, and 9 is, you know, somewhere in between there. Not really, but yeah. Then you can still use 9 volt. But if it says, you know, 5 volt, then you need to step down the voltage from 9 to 10. And there are several ways you can do it. You can put resistors, or you can build a little circuit like I have right here with a couple of resistors and a heatsink that will transform the current from voltage to heat. And it will work, but it's not the best way to do it. What is the best way to do it is to buy yourself one of these little tiny circuits. And I'm quickly going to show you just what happens. So let's solder one of these jacks on to one end and measure what happens. And if you want to, you could actually put 2 of these female jacks on each side, and you could put this voltage onto something like 6, 7 or something like that, and you could use it as a step down between your power supply and your fuzz pedal to sort of starve your fuzz pedal, or to starve your fuzz pedal actually, and that would give you that starved fuzz pedal sound thing that some people are going for. And yeah, you could use that as one of those things. You could also put in a resistor or a trim pot or something like that, but it's not the best way to do it. So yeah, you could build one of those little things out of one of these. And now I'm just quickly going to show you how it works. Okay, so the first thing we have to do is we have to solder our connector that our plug for the power goes in, and we just take our ground wire and we put it here on the minus. It says in, minus, so that's where the signal goes in and is ground. So we put a little bit of solder on our tip, and we take our negative or ground wire and we just press it in place, heat up that connection and get a solid connection. And then we just do the same thing again to the in plus. So that's our lead and that's our ground. So it's going to be a little bit fiddly for me to show you, but basically here we have the connections in, and this is plugged in to the wall just like a pedal would be. And on the plus we put our multimeter, and on the minus we put the other leg of the multimeter, and we can now see that this is measuring out a voltage of somewhere around 7, 8 something. It's jumping all over. So let's see what happens if we move this little screw on top here, which will change the resistance. This is basically a potentiometer. Now we're getting closer to 7 and we're just moving it down. There we go. Let's continue. See if we can get to 5. It can be a little bit fiddly, but it is right around 5 now. We'll see if it maybe calms down a little bit. 5.02, which, you know, for the purpose of this video isn't that bad. Well, there you have it. Here it is. You can get these for not that much, obviously depending on where you buy them, different costs. But eBay and Amazon both have these little things, and they're not that expensive, especially not if you are putting them into something else that is expensive. If you buy a toy for 20 bucks or something like that to make into a pedal, and then you destroy it, you're gonna wish you spent that extra $4 or whatever to get one of these. And hopefully this helped. Let me know in the comments below if it did. So yeah, until next time, stay awesome and cool, and I don't know what I want you to do. Maybe see if you can do something fun with one of these. For example, if you have a fuzz face, you could actually put this right into it and set it at a voltage that you think is cool and experiment with that. That could be fun and interesting. It's a great way to make one of your pedals that you maybe are a little bit bored of or something like that, if it's a fuzz, into something fun again. Who knows?